Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, guys? We are back. It has been a minute. We are here. I know it's been a minute. I've had finals. I was finishing up college. All of that shit. But we're back here. We are here with Wizard Talk number. Ooh, I don't even remember. Is this 4 or 5? I think this is 4. I think it's 4. I'm talking pretty loud, actually. Let me chill out for a second. But we are here. As you can see on screen, we have got the boys. IlluZion. We've got our team. That's Wizard Talk, the team I own. Along with my boy Mac. It's the team we run in Valorant. So, as you can assume, we're going to be talking about Valorant up here first. I wanted to talk about the VCT Open stuff going on lately. As you can see, this is our match against TSM. I will say we did end up losing this, but it wasn't that embarrassing. We put up like a decent fight. Like it wasn't like just a complete stomp. But yeah, I did want to put up on screen. Good round for the boys right there. Thrifty, let's go. All right. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the VCT Open. We got a lot of stuff coming in with the Challenger circuit, obviously trying to make it into the next Masters tournament. Optic gonna try to reclaim their title. A lot of teams try to qualify in here. A lot of teams actually haven't qualified yet. So this is from the first Open qualifier. I'll talk about the second Open qualifier here in a minute. But so the first Open qualifier, I'll talk about what we did first with IlluZion. So we played Eclectic. We 2-1 Eclectic. It was a solid series. I think it could have been a 2-0 for sure. But Eclectic's a really underrated team. They're rated so low on VLR. I also think we're an underrated team. I think we're a top. We should be within the top 40. Right now, we're ranked down at like 70th. But all of our scrim partners that we beat frequently are like top 20 teams, top 30 teams at least. So it's like, I don't know. And then teams we'll beat in tournaments are like supposed to be a lot better than us. And then the teams, it's funny, then the teams we will like lose to in tournaments will be teams that are like so insanely underrated that it's like, oh, it's a roster of people that are all on former top 30 teams, but they're ranked 100 something for whatever reason because they don't know who they are in VLR. But yeah, enough of me ranting about IlluZion. So we beat Eclectic 2-1, underrated team. Then we did lose to TSM 0-2, obviously expected. And then TSM, when we lost to TSM 0-2, they went on. What did they do? TSM went on to beat Cosmic Divide. They beat 100 Thieves. Then they beat Luminosity. They lost to FaZe Clan. But then they went against 100 Thieves again, and they beat 100 Thieves there, and TSM did qualify. So we lost to a team that qualified. So I'm not too upset with it. They beat everyone except FaZe. As you can see in this clip here, Seoul on our roster for Open Qualifier 1. Seoul actually did really good. There's actually a clutch coming up here later that I want to show. I'm just gonna show the round just because it's hype. But yeah. What was I talking about? I just lost my train of thought. Seoul, yeah, Seoul, great player. We did end up dropping him after this tournament though. It wasn't based off performance or mechanics or anything. He just wasn't meshing well with the team. I think there was just like a communication error, because he was an IGL duelist, and that alone can cause problems. So yeah, we did find someone else. We did find a replacement. We actually picked up Trippy from FaZe Clan. Trippy is the old FaZe Clan head coach for Valorant. We picked him up as our IGL/player, and he's actually been a way better mechanical player than any of us expected. I thought he was just gonna be the brains IGL that'd probably be bottom two fragging most of the games, but no, he's 100% holding his own in fragging. Even in our first scrims against like TSM Academy and who else did we play? I forget the other two teams we played. Um, I don't remember. But yeah, he was like top fragging most of them. It was good. And then we did the open qualifier too. Looking at that right now. That is still ongoing, honestly. It's not over. Unfortunately, we did get eliminated. What happened to us here? Okay, so we won the first round, And then we did a go up against Ghost Gaming where we lost 0-2 to Ghost Gaming, unfortunately. Ghost Gaming, really solid team. I do think we had potential to beat them. I think we lost like 13-9 second map. I don't think I saw the first map, but it was an unfortunate loss. I think they're definitely a better team than us on paper and in results, but I think that it wasn't a complete unwinnable thing. Good round for the boys there. Um, yeah, what else happened here in in this tournament? What else happened? Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. So right now, what I'm looking at for VCT, right now upper finals is 100 Thieves, NYFU. NYFU, I do want to talk about NYFU a little bit. I really like NYFU. I think they're really cool. Because obviously, if you guys follow Overwatch at all, it's NYXL. I think they also have NYSL is their that is their COD League team, and NYFU, and they basically said the FU can mean whatever you want it to mean. I'm sure it has some weird meaning where it doesn't actually mean fuck you, and it just means like something else so they can have it as their name. But I think it's a really cool brand. Um, they also have some cool animations for them. Right now they're up 1-0 on 100 Thieves in upper quarterfinals, so they're trying to qualify. A crew took out BBG. They took out Sentinels as well. Sentinels down bad. Let's look at the lower bracket right now. Sentinels waiting for Cosmic Divide. Soren Sonic's playing. Ghosts probably waiting for V1 against Complexity. It's probably going to be T1 Gen G. So, a lot of stuff going on in VCT right now. Obviously, the results will probably be out by the time this is posted. But that is what's going on right now. Um, I do want to actually show you guys this clip real quick. Because it's hype. It's an IlluZion clip. I will talk about IlluZion just a little bit more, just what we've been doing as an org. I kind of want to talk about IlluZion a good amount because this podcast is an IlluZion run podcast, but I haven't really talked about IlluZion much in it at all, to be honest. Like I've mentioned it here and there, but I haven't really talked about like what we do, what we've been working on. So obviously, as you can see, we have the Valorant team here. Valorant team's been doing well. Right now, I think we are low tier 2. So we could still hold our own against pretty much all tier 2 teams. We have the ability to beat all tier 2 teams. But when it comes to like the tier 1 teams here, like TSM, it's definitely an uphill battle. We can have our good rounds and a back and forth, but we'll usually end up losing. But we have also beaten some really solid teams in the past. Um, like we've beaten, I don't think SOAR counts as tier 1, but they're definitely high tier 2. We beat SOAR. We've beaten Renegades. We've beaten. Did we beat Immortals? I feel like we beat Immortals. I don't know if we just played them. I think we might have just played them. I think we might have beaten Immortals. I'm not sure, to be honest. I know we beat some pretty notable team a while ago. Um, but yeah, so we've got the Valorant team going on, popping off. We're actually going to be traveling to a Fullerton LAN. Well, I'm not going to be going. I wish I could go. Just the price didn't make sense right now. Like, it's already a full house. Mac is going to be there to help manage. If I was going to go, it would be more just for fun than, like, actually necessary. I'm already trying to go on a couple of trips this summer, and it's like, if it was closer, another thrifty for the boys. If it was closer, I think it would have been a lot more worth it for me to go if it was just like since I live on the East Coast, if the tournament was like Florida or New York or obviously any other East Coast thing, or at least like mid Eastern, like could be in like Ohio or Kentucky or something. I don't know why they would ever host a Valorant tournament in Kentucky, but you know what I mean. Um, yeah, just flying all the way from the East Coast to California for a tournament where I'm not necessarily needed to be there wouldn't really make sense. But I do plan on going to all of the LANs in the future when I can. It's just this one wasn't really working out, especially because I have like a surgery coming up. I think this LAN is actually in like a week, so it should be coming up. If you guys want to catch some good Valorant, the Fullerton LAN will be coming up. But is this the Soul Clutch round? Let's just listen in on this round real quick. Let's just listen. Let's enjoy this round real quick.
Kuro First kill here in round 10. Alvarez to match. It's traded right back, but Den will grab another inside B main. It's been so heavily contested, and I thought last round, since it hasn't been working for TSM, they said, hey, we want to go B until it stops working. That was it. They still lean that way, and they're punished once more.
Aspiring towards wine. Foon has tucked in early in this round, and no one is even...
Okay, actually, I don't think this is the rounds. Either way, yeah, I'll talk about some other things before that happens, but either way, see, I lost my train of thought for a second. But yeah, we have the Valorant team going, popping off. We have our Brawlhalla players. I'm going to be talking about Brawlhalla a good amount here in a bit, so just stay tuned for that. We have our Smash players, who are obviously still doing their thing. They're doing good. We don't have the PGR level of talent like we've had in the past. We were looking for that. We do have some really good players that could be PGR, but they haven't been like putting up top 16 consistently results lately. We do have like some dope players though for Smash, like Bonk, who is the best Meta Knight in the world. We have Nico, who's still arguably the best Sora in the world, and some other boys. We got Sanita, one of the best Sonics in the world. We got a bunch of other players popping off for that. TKG, one of the best Koopalings. Juice, still one of the best Falcos. Also, this is the round, so watch this real quick, and I'll get back in a second. This round is hype for the boys.
The team that's making the statement.
And it is TSM. Try and still push forward here towards the A site. All 5 players shoot up over towards short, but they're going to wait for a moment. Fall back in this one, just baiting out the utility and looking for another option.
I will say, I am really liking the race here. In a situation where a Jet would just normally toss out a Cloudburst into tree, you could throw out the paint shells, and it either forces them forward to fight you or all the way back, even when you're looking to cross. This time the paint shells won't be there to use. Hunter's Fury will, and Hunter's Fury not needed. It's going to corral, but here comes the Odin. The Sheriffs might not be enough. A 7 goes up into heaven. We'll see if Soul's ready for the angle. Nope, he wasn't there in time, so we go back and forth. We continue. And on this site, out goes the dark cover. Spoon tries to hold it down, but eventually he gets run down, and it's the pistols for TSM that finally look to reel them back in, but there's an Odin on the opposite side of things here in the 1v3. Soul's been so good for the squad. He's about to spot the head. The purple great comes to Frozen. He doesn't quite find the kill.
What?
Yes, he does. He sprays them both down as GMD gives up too much. And the recon bolt reveals the position of Rossi. And he's just about 1 HP. He hops off the spike and Soul gets it done.
What a clutch for Soul. Illusion. I mean, they needed a hero, and Soul sure as hell stepped up. The Odin in hand lines them up for a double. And still finds the last shot. By every metric, that should have been around for TSM, but...
And that's the boy's Soul right there. But yeah, no, Soul is dope. I hope he finds a good team. He was great with us. Just didn't mesh well with comms. But insanely good mechanical talent. Either way, that is enough of Valorant for this one. Hopefully next podcast I'm going to be talking all about the Fullerton LAN, about how we place and stuff, but I do have some more IlluZion news coming up here. Let's talk about some good old Brawlhalla. Here we go. Brawlhalla, for you guys that don't know, it is a platform fighter similar to Super Smash Brothers. Huge prize pools. I forget how much. There's multiple millions of dollars. Like, let me look it up. Brawlhalla prize pool. I'm trying to remember it. I think it is like $1 million prize pool. Something like that. It's at least like 500K. Something like that for Brawlhalla. But Brawlhalla has been popping off. Here we got our boy Stingray versus Boomy from Moist Esports. Obviously Stingray from IlluZion, the gang. Let's talk about the Seal Series Invitational though for a little bit. This was the last, most recent major for Brawlhalla NA. First, I want to talk about doubles. We have Stingray and Experience both on IlluZion. First up, Stingray. First up, experience through doubles. His teammate was Santi. He beat iThrow, Lil Capped, Taffy, Radish, and then ended up losing in the winners semifinals to Luna and Pugsy. Amazing players. They went down to the losers bracket where they ended up losing in the losers quarters to Faison and Cody Travis, two also amazing players. Stingray, on the other hand, um, he was teamed with Java. He made it all the way to the winners semis where he lost to Boomy and Snowy, two amazing players, and then made it all the way to the losers semis where he lost to Faison and Cody Travis. So the standings for that. Stingray, our boy, finishing in 4th, and Experience right behind him in 5th for the doubles bracket, both coming away. Stingray had $900 from that. Experience got 700. Really solid performances for 2v2. But what we really care about is the 1v1. That is what we are here for. That is what we play for in Brawlhalla. 1v1s. So, obviously, you can see the grand final on the screen. Our boy, Stingray, on the winner's side of grand final. If you guys don't follow our Twitter, you guys want to know, Stingray was the Steel Series Invitational champion. Absolute monster. But first, I do want to talk about our other boy's experience. He had a unfortunate round 2. So he beat Simba 3-1 in the first round of winners. He did have to run into the team kill where Experience and Stingray played each other in winners round 2, and Stingray did 3-0 Experience. Unfortunate to see that. We don't want to see our own teams, our own players fighting each other. And then he ended up losing to Wrenched, who amazing player. Experience did lose 2-3 to Wrenched. Wrenched, former, I believe, was he on Tempest? No, he was on a wild card. Wrench's former number 2 player in the world, number 3 player in the world. I think you could put him behind Sandstorm and Boom. He's obviously not been playing up to like his old standards of play, but he obviously still has those mechanics in there. So definitely a respectable loss for Experience. But on the other hand, we have Stingray, who was unstoppable. Stingray 3-0 to Zakoi, 3-0 to Experience, 3-1 to Snowy, 3-0 to Java, and all of those to make it to the grand finals on the winner's side. Just ran through this bracket like it wasn't an invitational with a bunch of pros. Absolute monster. He gets to the grand finals against Boomy, multiple-time world championship winner Boomy, playing for Moist Critical's team, Moist Esports. They even tweeted it out. Moist Esports tweeted out, "Oh, Boomy, congrats to Boomy, the champion of the Steel Series Invitational," before the grand final happened, because their social media guy fucked up, and it was funny to look on their stream of how they were watching this. And to watch our boy Stingray take him down, and they had to delete the post to be ratioed. Oh, but it was good. Stingray 3-1 in the winner's side of grand, 3-1 in winner's side finals to beat Boomy, and then he rematched with Boomy in the grand finals to beat him 3-1 once again. Stingray, an absolute monster. I don't think there's no better Orion in the game. He has to be. There's just no, just absolute insane play. If he plays like this consistently, I strongly believe in him to be the best player in North America, or at least a top 3 consistent player. Amazing stuff from Stingray, and I hope to see more Brawlhalla stuff. A lot more Brawlhalla stuff coming, and also LAN tournaments. Finally, offline tournaments coming back for Brawlhalla is huge. I've been to a few BCXs, which is the Brawlhalla World Championship, because that is at DreamHack Atlanta typically, and I've been to 2, I believe, maybe 3. I think it was at least 2 DreamHack Atlantas, and they were there, and it was super hyped to watch. We didn't have any super top players at the time because we didn't have the funding like we do now, but yeah, Stingray, huge performance here, taking down Boomy to win the Steel Series Invitational. A lot of more stuff coming out from the Brawlhalla boys, and I don't see us leaving the Brawlhalla community for a long time coming. And I don't know. It's hype to see, obviously, Sandstorm, best Brawlhalla player of all time. He does follow us on Twitter. We actually do have, he's actually friends with some of our players. I think he's close friends with Bonk. One of the most goated Smash players we've ever had. He's probably the longest non-staff member. That's an unfortunate SD, I remember that. I think Bonk is officially the longest member of IlluZion that isn't a staff member. That's like I don't even think I need to check that. I'm pretty sure that Bonk's been in the org since like 2016. Like he's been in the org forever. Absolute goat. But yeah. Grand Final Stingray. Hope to see more of this from him. Now that he knows he can do it, he's always talking to stream. He's like, "Oh yeah, I think I could win." A lot of people would doubt him. They'd be like, "Nah, bro, you don't even get top eights." Blah 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 blah, all this shit. And and then he comes here and just rolls over this entire bracket, makes it look easy with the Black Shovel Knight. Absolute demon. So, shoutouts to Stingray, insane player. Super hyped for more Brawlhalla events. I hope to see a LAN. Also, where's our logo? Where's our logo and flag? Brawlhalla, please. We have players winning majors. We have 2 top professional players in the game, and we don't have an icon or flag in the game. Come on, guys. Please. That's the only game that Boomy took, by the way. But yeah. Let's move on to our next topic here. And I believe that'll do it for the IlluZion news here. I do think we want to get into another game sooner rather than later. Because right now we are just in Brawlhalla, Smash Bros, and Valorant. We do have a makeshift Overwatch team that's more of a tier 3 team than a true competitive pro team. As well as a second Valorant team, a Valorant Academy team that we did pick up. They're formerly known as Fenrir. Solid roster. Not to a tier 2 caliber, but definitely a top tier 3 Valorant team. So look out for them in some tournaments. I know they're playing in some NSGs and Knights coming up here. So should be fun to watch how they progress. I hope the best for them as well. But yeah, that's about it for the IlluZion news. Now let's get into some more general esports news here. I want to get into what matters the most to me in esports, that is like not counting IlluZion stuff. IlluZion stuff obviously matters the most to me, but general esports. I love Overwatch esports. Overwatch League is back, boys. It is back. It is back. It is back. And I'm super hype. I'm super hyped that it's back. Overwatch 2, Overwatch League. Let's go. You see the man getting hype for the Houston Outlaws. I have been waiting. I think they said it was like 230 days or something since the last Overwatch League match. I'm so glad that it's back. Overwatch League, they are playing right now. I think it is live right now as the match is going. It's been through 2 days so far. And it's been fun to watch. This is the Houston Outlaws Dallas Fuel match. It is the battle for Texas. And I'm just going to say, Houston absolutely dumpstered Dallas. They dumpstered them. They dumpstered them. Houston, because I'm just going to say, because I'm not going to watch the whole thing here, but Houston, the first map, I think we're only going to see the first map here. The first map was pretty close, if I remember correctly. But a 3-0 sweep for Houston over Dallas. And everybody, the analyst desk, the community, everyone picked Dallas Fuel to win the battle for Texas. And Houston just yoinked it. Why do I have an ad? Guys, this happens every podcast. And no, I don't have ad blocker. You might call me stupid for that, but I don't have it on my main computer. I have it on my laptop because I just don't care that much about my laptop. But I don't download anything that isn't just like generic stuff on my main computer, so I don't trust it. Even though obviously ad blocker, you can trust ad blocker. Almost everyone has ad blocker, but still, I don't. You can judge me for it all you want. I don't care. Either way, Overwatch League is back. I'm super hyped that it's back. I love Overwatch League. I love competitive Overwatch. I do wish that Overwatch did go back to a public format rather than a franchise format. But it is honestly better for the players as a franchise format. It's better for the players, it's better for the owners. It's just more, it's more professional. It's easier to find sponsors. It's easier to format a league around a like a central 16. How many teams are in the Overwatch League? Is it 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 20 teams. 20 teams in Overwatch League. I could have just counted the standings. I don't know why I did that. think it's 20, maybe 19. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Either way. Might be 19 teams. But I'm so hyped to watch Overwatch League again. Overwatch 2 beta as well. This is on the Overwatch 2 beta. There's been a lot of controversy about the Overwatch 2 beta. A lot of people have been saying, oh, it's just Overwatch 1, but 5v5 and a couple of reworks. And to that, I'll say, you're not completely wrong. You're not completely wrong. Like, when they're complaining about it, half of me is like, shut up, you don't know anything, and then the other half of me is like, okay, but you're kind of close. You're kind of close. But the reason is, people are acting like this Overwatch 2 beta is Overwatch 2 at its finished, complete potential. When in reality, you have to realize Overwatch 2 beta is just the most basic form of 5v5 with the new game mode push and new lighting on maps that they could provide. None of the character models have changed. There's no skins in the game. There's no loot boxes in the game. There's no ranked mode. There's none of the new heroes that they promise on release. They're promising like 5 new heroes on release, if that's still their promise. They did say that Overwatch League will have like 6 new heroes on release. Right now we only have Sojourn, but if they lead up to their promise, Overwatch 2 will be a giant PvE game with a ton of PvE options. I think it'll be, the only thing I could compare it to is like Overwatch 2 Left 4 Dead / Risk of Rain. That's kind of what it looks like to me. That's what the PvE looks like to me, and I think that's going to be a sick thing for a bunch of casual players. But obviously, competitive players don't care. They're like, we don't give a shit about PvE. Who cares? I'm barely going to play it. I'm going to play it maybe when I'm drunk, listening to music. Like, that's... Let's be honest. Like, that's when I'm going to be playing it. I'm not going to lie. Maybe with some friends that aren't, like, competitive gamers that just want to play a game for fun. I'll do that, too. But, Overwatch 2 is supposed to be a competitive game. Everyone knows it as a competitive game. PvP will be the central point, but there's a lot lacking. So, obviously, 5v5 is in the game. None of the character models have changed. Some of the reworks are in. I think they're going to keep a lot of what they have right now. There's supposed to be like 5 more new heroes. Ideally, I hope supports, because supports are extremely lacking right now. They're the least amount in the role. They have the least amount of heroes of any role. And they also have 2 players still. So, it's also in the beta. Support queues are 10 seconds. If you queue for support in the beta, because I do have access to the beta, the queues are like 2 seconds long. Like, you queue and you're in a game, because no one's queuing support. But then you queue tank or DPS, you get like 6-minute queues. So that just shows the extremities of the roles. But anyways, enough about Overwatch 2. I do think you can't fairly talk shit on the game right now. It's a beta. It's a public test beta, guys. Stop making like Donkey. Stop. Stop making these videos. Stop crying on Twitter. You can't do that. The game isn't out. You can't go to a beta and say, oh, this game is trash. You can do that when the game's out all you want. Once the game is out and they say this is the final product, Overwatch 2 is officially released, you can rant all you want. You can rant to your heart's desire. All you want. And that girl is super hype. Rant all you want. But the game's not out yet. You can't say, oh, this game's trash. What, the beta is trash? Who cares? It's a beta. Alright, enough about that. Overwatch League. So Overwatch League started. I think there's some insane teams. I personally am a Guangzhou Charge fan, tragically, because a lot of people have them as their bottom 3 teams in the entire league. I don't disagree with them either. I've just been a Charge fan for no reason for a long time. When they introduced all of the new teams to the league, I just picked Guangzhou Charge. I don't really know why. I was just like, I don't think a lot of people are going to like the Guangzhou Charge, so I just want to like a team that people won't usually like. And they're promising. They actually won a stage. When they used to have, when Shu and Happy were hard carrying that team, they won a stage, beating Shanghai, who's right now the best team in Overwatch. And we haven't even seen any of the Asian teams play. But right now, San Francisco Shock leading 2-0. That team, not as good as they've been in the past. They also didn't have 2 really hard matches. But Proper, Sam, Violet and Finn look really good. Coluge has a lot to be shown, because I'm not going to lie, I watched their game against the London Spitfire, and Coluge got diffed by Hadi. And that is the last person you ever want to get diffed from. Hadi diffed Coluge. That is so bad. But, I don't know. Otherwise, the team looks great. I don't think Shock have a real, like, championship winning potential roster. But I do think that they are still a really strong team in the league. And I think they're probably going to be a top 5 team. Minimum NA. Probably top 3. I think maybe 3rd or 4th. I think they're going to be balancing between 3rd and 4th. Right now, Houston Outlook look crazy. If I had to put the top 5 teams NA right now, based on just what I've seen, it'd have to be number 1, probably Glads. Number 2, Outlaws. 3, probably the Reign. 4, I'd probably still put Dallas Fuel. And 5, I'd put San Francisco. Those would be my top 5. The East, you haven't seen anything, but if I had to predict my top 3, obviously Dragon's number 1. I think Seoul's going to be number 2, and I think Chengdu will be number 3. I think that's probably my predictions for that. The rest of the list don't really matter. They're just either average teams or poverty. So, either way, I'm super hyped for Overwatch League to continue. It's pretty much just now starting on Overwatch 2. I honestly, my experience of 5v5 so far have been fine. I do think that the removal of a lot of CC was 100% necessary for this game, because if there was still CC, this game would be a disaster. But it does also make things like Lucio really, really strong, because how do you kill Lucio without just hitting him when he's jumping on a wall? And he's basically like a pseudo Pharah, but that's support. It's like, it's hard to hit Pharah, but imagine if Pharah had mobile ability and was on walls, and you have to hit them without CC. Good luck. And you can't just pick Hog, because Hog is terrible. Might be the worst character in the game right now, because they haven't touched him since Overwatch 1. But, either way, listen to how hyped this game is, though. But just prepare your ears. Listen to this shit.
Power block, go a little bit back. The Fuel looking healthy. Now it's going to be their turn to look for a dive here. Sparkle looking to the air. Not going to land too much. The Fuel circle around. Fielder! Caught by Pelican on the side. The Outlaws strike first. 5v4. Sparkle, though, gets Iris on the other end. Now 4-4. Dante looking for the Genji. In the corner. Lastro with the finish. And the Outlaws fighting tooth and nail.
And you see, there's that backline dive. The race was both backlines happening.
Dude, I love Overwatch League, man. Like, I love Overwatch esports. I don't necessarily love Overwatch League. Also, shout out to fucking Dante on the Doomfist. The DPS player playing tank. Yes, Doomfist is a tank now. Shout out to him. He did really good this game. He actually, he got MVP of the match, actually. As a DPS player playing tank. But I guess he has so much Doom experience, it doesn't matter. Alright. I think that is enough from Overwatch League. I would definitely be covering more Overwatch League stuff in future podcasts. That'll probably become a consistent thing along with League of Legends, so expect more of that. Also, I'm losing my voice or something. I don't know. I do want to move on here, though, to something that I watched in completion. I watched every single game of this tournament. The ALGS Split 2 playoffs. ALGS, Apex Legends, back on LAN for the first time. And I think they said it was almost 1,000 days. Over 900 days since the last Apex Legends LAN. Over 900 days since the last time we saw NA compete with any other region, as well as any other region competing with anyone else. We finally saw the crossing of regions. And no, NA did actually not win. It ended up going to this team on the screen right here, Reignite, the Australian team from APAC South. Who, a lot of people were putting APAC South as the worst region in Apex before this tournament came up. Reignite didn't have a lot of expectations. Their number 1 player, Jen Burton, who a lot of people say is one of the best players on controller in the entire game, wasn't even at the tournament. He is the captain, the unofficial captain of Reignite, and he didn't even play at the tournament. And Reignite just beat how many 80, 70? What was it? There was 2 lobbies of 20. They beat 39 of the best teams in the entire world to win this tournament. Insane stuff from Reignite. Amazing tournament from them. I want to look at the overall placings though here. So obviously we can go down to bottom 20. The bottom 20 teams. I'm gonna go through the whole list because I think maybe I should have gone through the whole list. I'll go through notable eliminations. So CLG, they finished. Actually, let's go with first round of losers. So G2 and the G2, Ascend, and Invictus Gaming all out in the first round of losers. So they all placed the bottom 10 in the tournament. Not good. G2 especially. G2, also Designful, long-time G2 player, long-time competitive Apex player, announced his retirement after they lost. Really tragic to see. He was a great player. Not fun to go out on a super low note like that. But G2 is out. And then the next, this is the bottom 20 teams, but not bottom 10. Not really much notable. CLG got eliminated. Kick, who actually looked really good in some games, did get eliminated as well. Players with Hardeki, one of the best players in the world, got eliminated. I think players did have a sub though. I'm not sure if they used to be old Gambit. Also, if you guys didn't know, Gambit stops all organization functions. Gambit currently has no teams because of the Ukraine-Russian issue going on. Basically war, not issue. Sorry. Yeah, no one's supporting Gambit. Everyone was against Gambit because they were a Russian org, and they basically were like, "There's no point in us having teams if everyone is gonna tell us to stop having teams and tournaments are gonna be against us. Like, why? What's the point? What's really the point of paying for these teams when we could just save our money, wait for this war to either conclude or something to happen where they won't be the villains?" And that's what they're doing. So they dropped all their teams. Anyways, back to Apex though. This is and then we got the top 20. So those are all the teams. I didn't mention all the teams. Obviously, there's 40 teams that didn't make it. Actually, 20 teams that didn't make it to the final game. But top 20 is what really matters. These are the teams that made it to the final game. These are the teams that competed for the tournament win. I think it was $250,000 to first place. I think it was at $1 million prize pool overall. Also, Elevate went crazy one game. Elevate was in dead last 20th and went into the last game where they could possibly make it into the next round where you have to get top 10. They won the game, had like 11, 12 kills or something, and barely slipped into the top 10 to qualify for the finals, which was insane. That was one of the most hype moments of the tournament. But top 10, I'll just list out the top 10 here. Actually, 100 Thieves finished at 11th, but top 10. C9 in 10th. They did have a sub. They had Graceful from Kungarna, EU, subbing in for Zach Mazer, who couldn't play because he got COVID, which is so tragic. Imagine competing on a team for like a year or two, having the first Apex LAN in like 1,000 days, committing your whole life to this game. Your team goes to the LAN. You fly all the way to this LAN in Europe, and you cannot play. You have to sit in a hotel room because you got tested positive for COVID. That is so trash. I understand COVID is life-threatening. You can't just play with COVID, but come on, man. That's just so unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Game Width finished at 9th. A really good team. I think they were Japanese. Empire from Europe. They were number 1 in EMEA before this, and they definitely showed up. They were playing really weird comps. Like you could see Bangalore. They were playing Mad Maggie. I think they had Octane at one point. I don't know if they did actually, but I don't know what. They were just all over the place with their comps. It looked like they were just picking random, and still they were making it work decently. 8th is still really good. NRG finished in 7th. NRG looked really, really shaky throughout the group stages and the early play of the tournament, and they didn't look like themselves. They did start to pick it back up later on, but did finish in 7th. Not the best performance for them, but still really good. All things considered, 7th in the world on paper. It's definitely not bad. TSM, the fan favorite Imperial House team, the CEO of Apex, finishing in 6th. TSM had 2 really, really bad games in Game 1 and Game 2 and Game 3, 1 point combined. Round 4, Game 4, they did win the game with 11 points, and then round 5, they had a really bad, actually no, they had 16 points. Oh yeah, 9 points round 1. I don't know. They had 52 points eventually, but really bad first 2 rounds. Either way, they didn't have a good showing at early. There's TSM's win. They were up and down, but 6th place, still respectable, but obviously back-to-back LAN champions. The reigning LAN champions definitely wanted more out of that. Either way, TSM did show up and do what they could do at certain times, but they also looked lost at times. However, above them, Luminosity Gaming from Mexico. They used to be called Major Pushers. If you guys follow Apex at all, you might have heard of Major Pushers. Finishing 5th, top 5 for Mexico. LG had some really good moments in this tournament. I loved watching them play. Really good moments for LG. Luminosity Mexico representing. They are the only Latin American team in the entire tournament, so shoutouts to them for finishing top 5. Huge for them. And then above them, you have Optic Gaming, the Green Wall, formerly known as Esports Arena. Obviously, everyone knows Optic. They were picked up right before this tournament. They were the #1 team in NA coming into this tournament, and they did do what people expected to some sort. They had really, really good games, but they also fell short, and they even choked the final fight in the championship winning ring where Reignite won. Optic, you can't see which teams are which because they did make it anonymous mode on the kill feed, so you can't just ape teams that are at championship point. But either way, Optic 4th, still respectable. Obviously not what they were looking for that championship, but still very respectable from Optic. Team Unite, team that got onto championship point early, a team that definitely surprised. I didn't think Unite was going to be that good, but really good showing from Unite, getting top 3, number 3 in the world unofficially. Oh, my throat is getting sore. Shout out to LG for that win. Let me drink some water real quick. All right, we're back. Number 2, though, Team Liquid, a team from NA. The casters were clowning Team Liquid, saying that they were the worst team to qualify here. They basically just played lame. They played for placement. They didn't really take fights. They didn't do anything, blah, 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 all this stuff. TL comes to this tournament, shows up, very, very nearly wins the whole thing. Gildersons popped off from North Carolina, where I live. Represent Gildersons. Really good job from Team Liquid. 2nd place, really good. Reignite, obviously the champions. They popped off. I don't think anyone expected Reignite to actually win the whole thing. But shout out to Reignite with a sub as well. Insane stuff from Reignite. From Australia, representing their region. And just amazing stuff all around. I'm super hyped for more Apex, though. I'm so happy to see Apex on LAN again. Even when I first started watching Apex, because I have been Masters of Apex, so I've definitely played a decent amount of this game. I watched a good amount of the esports, and oh, that was when Unite won. For some reason, I thought they were on match, but I don't know. I was just tripping for a second. This is when Reignite actually wins the game right here. But I'm super hyped to see more LANs come out for Apex, and yeah, let's actually watch this final ring. This is how Reignite won the championship.
Indonesian, Australian, and now they have an opportunity to put Apex South on the map, to put Australia on the map. They've been performing all weekend long, but look at Luminosity Gaming. Here comes the Caustic Ultimate.
Oh.
It's gonna tick. It's gonna tick. Tuck, goodbye potentially, and they connect for such good damage, but it's not enough yet. They need to move. The storage behind them. Reignite is going to have to be taken out. Surely, Reignite is dead.
Causing guess, yes, you see them right here. Sharky gets taken down. They are
your shot.
repositioning right
Oh,
now.
your shot.
This is so difficult because now they're going to be in the line of sight of Optic Gaming.
Oh my gosh, Zero has a chance here. He makes it. JMW makes it as well. Down to 2. Can Reignite do it with a team of 2? It was obviously a car long range right there, so I wasn't intentionally making fun of my man. My man's been hitting shots all day long, all right? I'm sitting here just talking. That's all I do. My man, it's more than enough. On board with an overhead view right now. Optic Gaming on low
can they
ground.
get him in? They're
LG
punching
on
him in.
high. They're going to actually ult LG and maybe mistakenly ruining this opportunity to keep Reignite out of this.
The mobile respawn beacon to act as makeshift cover here for Reignite. They get the res onto Sharky. They couldn't get the
kidding
dirty.
me?
This is still winnable for Reignite.
They res Sharky. Sharky is back in the
crazy.
game. Full forces now for Reignite. Ganja has to drop. It's all up to Optic Gaming as LG gets melted. The dome shield comes. Reignite is hiding and waiting and hoping that they can ride this wave.
Now they're going to hang out behind the rock here. They got the mobile respawn beacon to play off of. Optic Gaming is engaging with Luminosity. Reignite to go in for the third party and take this entire victory.
LG is out. Optic Gaming skill cage goes out as well. Zero's gonna do it. Wide left flank, and just like that, Reignite is gonna do it. They are your champions. Australia comes all the way to Europe and wins the ALGS Split 2 Playoffs Championship.
Put respect on these Australian teams. APAC South.
Shout out to the boys. Insane stuff from them with a sub. Yeah. Moving on, we got our final topic as usual. We have got League of Legends. We've got MSI coming up for League of Legends. And I am hyped to watch this. I actually... Get that shit out of here. I actually am not going to completely lie. I did not watch the spring finals. I didn't. I did see the result. EG dominated. EG 3-0'd 100 Thieves at the spring finals. Insane stuff from them. But yeah, I'm hyped for MSI. EG are going to be our NA representatives. I'm honestly happy with that. I much rather have EG than 100 Thieves because 100 Thieves have shown already what they can do on a global stage. It's not that impressive. I want to see someone like EG do it. I think Danny has the potential to do it. Vulcan has proven himself on international stages in the past. Impact has done decently, but he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. Inspired also. And Jojo Pian. I'm excited to see what these guys can do. I personally was hoping for Team Liquid. I wanted to see Team Liquid represent us, but EG just popped off. They went through the losers bracket and absolutely dominated. And now they're here. So the groups for MSI, though. Group A has Detonate Focus Me from Japan. Saigon Buffaloes from Vietnam, I believe. Team Ace from Latin America. And the tournament favorites. T1 are in Group A. Team 1 undefeated in the LCK. Right now, looking like the best team in the entire world. Looking like World Championship MSI favorites. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to stop this team. Definitely not in this group. I don't see any of these three teams even touching TSM in this group. I think they're going to absolutely dominate them. I'm more wondering about the bracket stage. Can RNG from the LPL take out T1? Can G2 from EU take out T1? I'm not even gonna bring up EG. It's not happening. I'm sorry, EG, it's not happening. We're looking for a top 4, EG. That's what we're looking for. But yeah, Group B, Istanbul Wildcats from Turkey, PSG Talon from the PCS. We've got the Red Cannons from Brazil. Brasilia. I don't know why I said it like that. Then we got Royal Never Give Up, RNG from China, the LPL. You guys should probably have heard of RNG, Royal Never Give Up before. They've had different names, but it always had like Royal. And then Group C, we have NA and EU. Evil Geniuses versus G2 and Order from the Oceanic, basically Australian region. They're going to get stomped on by NA and EU. And if we somehow lose to Order as an NA team, I think we just need to delete the LCS. Let's just be honest. yeah, if EG don't make it out of groups and lose to Order, we just need to restart the whole league, I think. But yeah, anyways, 2 teams make it out of all those groups. It goes into a second group stage where 6 teams will face off, and the top 4 will go to a bracket stage. That's where it gets really hard for EG and NA boys, the NA boys, to try to make it out of the groups. So we'll see. I'm hyped for MSI. The first international competition we've had since Worlds, and I want to see if anyone can stop T1. That's what I want to see. If anyone can stop T1, the group stage starts in 3 days on the 10th of May. I'm hyped to see it. I think Team 1's going to take it all, but you never know. They have only been playing teams in their region. Look how packed that arena is, man. Holy. NA Esports, let's go. Come on, guys. Either way, that is going to do it for me in this episode of the Wizard Talk podcast. This was probably the longest one, not by too much. But look at that crowd, man. Holy. Let's go, NA. Showing up. Either way, shout out to NA Esports. Shout out to EG. Good luck at MSI. Hyped to see some more Overwatch 2 stuff. Hyped to see more Apex Legends LANs. And I can't wait to see more stuff from us as IlluZion competing in Valorant, Brawlhalla, and Smash. I hope to see the best for us and for the esports community. As always, follow us on social media at Wizard Talk PC on Twitter, Wizard Talk PC on YouTube. It actually might just be Wizard Talk on YouTube. Not 100% sure. Also, follow the organization of IlluZion at Gaming IlluZion on Twitter and Instagram. Also, check out our website, www.gamingillusion.com, for some dope apparel, some more stuff to learn about us if you want to know, and ways to get in contact. But yeah, there'll be more of these. It's summertime for me now. I have more time. I know I say this every single time, and then I have like a 3-week gap where I don't make one, but hopefully I won't be bullshitting this time, and I'll be able to make more. Either way, I am out. Thank you guys for making it this far. If you did listen to me blabber on about random esports shit, I really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next time. See ya.